super easy to come down to Blundstone Arena and knock off Clarence. I was really pleased to get the points game like that.
Yeah, it's always a good result to travel south. That's our second one for the year. 2 wins away, which has been a fantastic result for the boys.
What was most pleasing for you about that performance today?
I thought the first 3 quarters was really good. I wasn't overly concerned through those 3 quarters that I thought we were going to leak goals or that we were in a lot of trouble. So I knew we were always going to be in the game. Last quarter was a little bit concerning with the amount of fast footy and how much that opened us up. But for 3 quarters, I thought really well held and well structurally played. Sammy Rundle was fantastic in and around the ball. Chris Savage at 31, he just keeps giving and giving. So guys like that are starting to find their feet and really add to the group.
Someone who was really consistent last year and has started really well is Hamish Leading. You must be really pleased with the way he can compete both in the air and at ground level and around the ground as well.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. Certainly in the last 2 weeks, I think he's taken his game to another level. His second, third efforts. Last week was probably his standout game in that, where he was actually receiving some handballs and feeding some midfielders as wide receivers. So he's continually working hard in his game, and he'll continue to grow over the course of this year as he did last year.
Who were some of the other people that did impress you today?
Jack Rushton again. I feel like he's the flavour of the month. Since we've brought him into the side, he's just applied pressure, and his appetite to compete has just been fantastic. He's a good person. He's got a massive heart, and that's the way he plays. So he was another one. I thought Mitch Thorpe, as we expect, presented well and really gave us. I think ended up with 4 or 5 goals for the game. So good return from a key forward. Just trying to think. Powerfulman, fantastic. I thought he was probably really good for 3, and then maybe got sucked into how Clarence are moving the ball really well in that last quarter, and probably got a little bit lost. But for 3 quarters, he was great. And really, guys like Jake Smith who are just doing a job forward and competing against the spare and bringing it to the ground and just giving us opportunity, not necessarily creating goals or anything like that, but giving us an opportunity to then create something from that.
Yourself and Joby played a bit of time Mercury Cup. How are you two shaping up for getting into the senior side?
Yeah, so both of us played a half again today. Joby will continue to increase. I expect his game time. Make sure he pulls up well by Monday. If he pulls up well Monday, that'll increase to 3 quarters. So we'll likely see Joby play another couple of games in the Development League and then go from there. I played a half today and got through really well. No issues. Started to move a bit more freely, and then probably just lacked a little bit of game conditioning, which will come. So I'll endeavour to play the first half now for a couple more weeks. But it is difficult because I can only play a half because then I've got about a 15-minute window before our team meeting. So as long as I can get a good work rate in that half of footy, then I'll press for senior footy.
Sonny Whiting not in the team today. Can you kind of just let us know what that was in relation to an injury or?
Yeah, so Sonny rolled his ankle and had some significant swelling after the Lauderdale game. So we were looking okay and on track, and Tuesday night didn't get through the main training session, and then basically Thursday got through Thursday. However, we basically picked the team on the Tuesday night and just felt that it's really hard to train someone on a Thursday night and make sure they're match ready post not being able to train 2 days beforehand fully. So we just went with security and brought in Jimmy Gillow, who hit the scoreboard twice and applies forward half pressure as well. So I expect to see Sonny train all week and then put his hand back up for selection.
So what result you're after today, Jez? What's your initial assessment and thoughts after the game?
Pretty disappointed. Look, I thought we really took a step forward as a footy club last week in the playing group. I thought we really had a crack last week and matched off Launceston in contested ball and stoppage, which is, normally, they are probably the best team at that. Today we thought if we brought that attacking endeavour on the ball that we could go a long way to beating Launceston, but they, to be honest with you, smashed us in that area. I think they had over plus 30 in contested ball. I think stoppages are about even, but I just thought their polish around stoppage was a lot better. Theirs were a lot cleaner away from that. They played extremely well. Full credit to them, but geez, we were pretty disappointing.
Did you put that down to being a bad day or something that you've got to look towards?
Yeah, I don't know. I could tell in the first probably 15 minutes I sensed the boys were pretty flat. Don't know why. Look, we tried to rectify for the first 3 quarters and probably didn't result. We tried some things structurally, but we just got beaten up around the ball. Then when we did win the ball, we couldn't get our transition game up and going at all as well. So we've got a couple of things to rectify. But first will be making sure that we're first in to get the ball and we tidy up that contested stuff, and then from there we need to make sure that our skill level and our structure and system around the way we're playing offensively improves as well. So we've got a little bit of work to do, but the good thing is it's round 5, we can get that work done.
Probably goes without saying that someone like Brady Jones would have been really helpful today. Expecting him to be back for next week?
Yeah, I hope so. He's in a boot today, but it's just obviously precautionary. He went for scans, should be okay. He told me last week that he'll be right for next week, so hopefully he can come back in. We obviously get Nield, who's a major in for us as well. He's been really good since crossing from the Tigers. And we're probably missing our transition. Keegan Wiley's obviously a pretty big out for us, great kick, intercept mark down back, so we're probably missing those three a hell of a lot at the moment. But in saying that, if those three were in today, it wouldn't have changed the result. So we need to get a better result from contested ball and make sure we're not getting out hunted like we did today.
Obviously North Launceston last week, Lonnie this week, Glenorchy next week. It's a really challenging period for you guys. Even though these two results haven't gone your way, it must give you a good sense of where you're at moving forward.
Yeah, it is a good sense of where we're at. And I still think we're around the mark. I still think when we're at our best and up and going, we're a very good footy team. Today wasn't our day. Now that's our fault. We didn't come to play and disappointing, but we lick our wounds, we review it, we learn what we did wrong. We think we've got a pretty good understanding of knowing what we did wrong, and we'll make sure that we get a better result next week v Glenorchy, who's a massive game, and out at KG5 I'm sure there'll be a good crowd there, so the boys will be excited for that, and it's definitely one that we can get them up for.